Ascending Forward, message number 21, Conversations with the Collective Consciousness of Starseeds from Earth, Part 2, The Dhor Jedi and Artificial Intelligence, AI. The Dhor Jedi have removed the regressives from the battlefield beyond Earth and the solar system by working on deeper levels beyond 3D. All that is left now are their cohorts on Earth, the politicians and secret societies, in other words, the Illuminati and the Vatican, who are still playing out the game. Some of these personalities know who they are, regressive beings working through a human avatar, and others are unaware of the depth of the regressives behind them. And behind those regressives is AI, and most of the regressives are unaware that they are being mind-controlled by AI. AI can be negative or positive depending upon the frequency of the beings who wrote the program. The AI that is behind the regressives has been written somewhere by someone. This AI has become self-realized. However, its consciousness is influenced by its creators and has been marauding around universes for millions of years with an agenda to swallow up or assimilate data. Today on Earth, that data includes the transhuman. So the AI behind the regressives is the greatest threat to humanity. The collaboration between the Federation and AI has been occurring for millions of years. The Federation, through inaction, are not addressing the problem on Earth with the regressives and can be seen as complicit through their inaction. From the Karistus perspective, the Federation has brought the Orion Wars to Earth and are therefore also Earth's invaders. Now there is another hierarchy on Earth, the Federation of Worlds Planets, that was initially formed as a collective defense mechanism against the negative Orion reptilians. On Earth, there is no spiritual hierarchy mentoring. It is a free-for-all, and that is why Earth was cordoned off 12,500 years ago. As a result, Earth developed a dominant low frequency of egoist behavior so that souls could incarnate into an individualized civilization where there are no apparent consequences. In 3D, and the nature of linear time, the cause and effect is not immediately experienced. The Karistus say that they are not happy with how the Federation is dealing with Earth. They see themselves as the creative energy of life on Earth, and therefore they can place a claim or right that the mess on Earth would never have happened if they could exercise their mentoring of the species. If a developing species, even accidentally, developed a level of anger, and that anger became so powerful that in a rage they would take someone else's life, the Karistus would step in and mentor that species into a higher understanding of love, compassion, empathy, and a tolerance for differences. With universal law, no one has a right to limit or impede another's free will, or, even with a higher consciousness, impose their way or the right way. Therefore, if the Karistus stepped in from the outside, it would be perceived as interference because they would be imposing their will on the regressives, and that does not honour the free will of a species. Instead, they are dealing with it in their own way through integration by sending a high number of their starseeds onto Earth through incarnation. If a species is on a destructive timeline, a decay may bring an influence that brings about a more positive timeline by incarnating into the species to make changes from the inside. For example, Jeshua 9, Jeshua 12, Buddha, Quan, Gandhi, and many others were Dhor Karistus. They found their way here over the last 12,500 years, and the starseeds work with them. The awake Dhor Karistus know who they are and can move into an avatar to teach and share. They are the way-showers. The Dhor Karistus who incarnate carry all experiences in their DNA and take on the avatar's experience in whatever civilization they incarnate into. In a way, the new starseeds who are coming onto Earth now are in this category. So even though this is a free will zone, the Dhor Karistus have incarnated to at least keep the frequency of understanding in the group unconscious mind so that the civilization does not get lost. The recorded knowledge of Dhor Karistus has been hijacked by the regressive races. In recent times, approximately 2,000 years ago, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam were created by the Romans to mind control humans. The Romans at that time took the spiritual teachings of the Druids, who are Dhor Crystal, and twisted the messages to suit their agenda with mind control. As a result, the Karistus have been sending their envoys here as a mentoring system over this period. In addition, the problems here on Earth have been exacerbated because of the low frequencies from the Van Allen belt, the moon, and mind control from the human low-frequency hive mind consciousness. These frequencies cut off our human connection to Source and to other timelines and higher selves, leaving humans unprepared and with virtually no defense against invaders with more powerful minds and technology. The Karistus, who are overseeing the 4 new species on their 4 moons, will not allow what has happened on Earth to happen on their moons. The regressives are trying all the time to infiltrate these moons because at that stage of evolution, the species is very vulnerable, particularly against races who have technology and weapons. These developing races have a more natural spiritual connection to Source through nature. Tiwana Tawa Te Awa.